Welcome back, guys, to the channel. This is Brendan Borman, and today I will be doing a requested video on how to beat Barack Obama. There he is. And thank you so much for Thomas Leffler for volunteering to play me. Thomas is a very formidable candidate or opponent. I played him in one of the recent community tournaments featured by TJ. And although the shoe was on the other foot, I was Obama. He did put up a tough game for me. So we have a 5-minute clock. It'll give me a little bit of time to talk about Obama. Now, I wanted to choose a free candidate, so I chose McCain, and we'll get into McCain in here in a second. But Obama's main bonuses, look at those, 50%, 35, 35, 35. His African-American bonus is crucial. But his top 5 bonuses, African-American, Latino, high-tech, export, and town and gown, are all linked to the state of New York. It's a very important state for Obama. He can still do well without it, but if he has it, it makes life super easy for him. Now, McCain also has swing states, which are very popular. I like to take advantage of those, but he also has a high-tech bonus. And so my strategy to beat Obama in this matchup is going to be to try to have control over New York, dictate, kind of see where he is willing to go for his plan B, and then from there, we'll have to just kind of maybe outmaneuver him. So he does have, McCain has oil and gas, agriculture, manufacturing. States are linked to Texas and in California, Florida, but those are going to be crucial later on. But really, I do not want to give Obama town and gown or high tech or African American. So, and even Latino. But let's see. I'm just going to put one peg in the state of New York, and we'll wait and see exactly what Thomas does. Okay, so he's going to save a little bit of money. He might be overthinking this just a little bit. Obama does have a negative 50% Old South bonus, and so he can get African American by utilizing the South, but it's very hard to do so. So I'm just going to keep on protecting New York. Go one. Actually, I'm going to try to get town and gown. I don't want to overspend in case I need to defend New York later. And I'm choosing to go into Utah instead of Arizona. Arizona does have the African American, which is also John McCain's home state, but it does not have the high-tech bonus. And so I would like to kind of block him off, especially since he has already gone into Virginia. He is going one into Florida. Okay, I love Florida, especially as any kind of candidate, but someone like Obama who has an African American bonus, who's also blocking me from swing states, which is one of my most powerful bonuses. Now he has a huge advantage as far as the money goes. Not spending very much. So I need to go ahead and secure the town and gown. But also, if he goes one in New York, he's going to have enough to put some pressure on me next turn. So what I'm going to do is just hold off just a little bit here. See exactly what he's going to do with his money. Some of you may face someone like this who saves money. It is a strategy. He is going to go $200,000 in New York, so he's only spent, looks like he's going to take North Carolina. Might see Pennsylvania coming up. We do. So that is signaling that he's going to go ahead and take swing states. And he does have another one of our high-tech states in Pennsylvania that he has gone into. So got ahead and got that $75,000 in town and gown. That is 1/2 of a turn, basically, for defense of New York. So every 2 turns, that's 1 rung in New York. I could go ahead and spend in a state like Arizona or Iowa or New Hampshire that are swing states and put the pressure on him to spend in swing states. But it's not going to do any threat. He has got enough money to secure swing states this turn, so I don't really want to do that. What do I want to do? Okay, so if he's going to have swing states, it's going to make it harder for me to have manufacturing. I do have that oil bonus, which could help me overtake him later. Obama's manufacturing is very poor, so he would have to have Latino or some kind of bonus export to really have an advantage in Texas. So what I'm going to do is try to secure. I'm going to do New Hampshire because of the high tech. I'm also going to go Michigan, kind of defense of African American, Maryland, just a couple of these high-tech states. I might not pressure him in Virginia, but he might overspend there. So I want to put some money there. Kind of force his hand a little bit. So I expect him to go 2 rungs in Pennsylvania, 2 rungs in North Carolina, and then he's going to go ahead and try to secure California, which is a wise move. It has 55 electoral votes, and that may be something that it comes down to. Okay, sorry about that. It's been a couple minutes. Looking at some things here. He did save some money. Go ahead and defend Arizona in case he decides to go there this turn. And then it's going to be really important for me to not only have that high-tech bonus, but I need to get into a state like Texas, because if I can hang on to Michigan and then get one more of the manufacturing states, I can get manufacturing bonus. Use that to hold off Texas, and maybe high-tech and oil can sneak into California. Okay, so we have a turn here. He's going to pressure me in Delaware, pressure me in Maryland, some of these states that have the African American. He should, yep, he went ahead and closed off Virginia. Virginia is a very important state, more so to him than it is for me in this particular game. But I won't go ahead and have that high-tech bonus. That's, again, 1/2 of a turn in California. So I'm going to go ahead and see where he is. He's pressuring me in a couple of high-tech states. I really don't want to defend them, but I might want to defend Maryland just to make sure I get my bonus. But he could very easily go into a state. Let's go into Pennsylvania. Make him spend some money in Pennsylvania. I'm also going to go ahead and go into Indiana and Kentucky. Hopefully if I can get both of those with Michigan. Or if I can flop Pennsylvania, that would be the manufacturing bonus. I'll go ahead and throw a couple up here, so it'll help me with oil later on, and here to defend an African American. And I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple extra in Arizona because I don't want to have to think about that later on. Same thing up here in my turn. So right now, I feel like I'm in an okay spot. There's the pressure in Arizona. He did take me in Maryland, which is a good play by him. I might have lost my high-tech bonus. So again, he's pressuring me in some of these high-tech states. He did take it from me. So now it comes down to where do I want to spend some money? He can't overtake me in Michigan this turn. So if I go ahead and take Texas, and I can't quite get both of those this turn. That was not very smart, Brendan. I probably should have defended Maryland. How close is he? He'd still have to get California to get the high tech. So I just barely need it. I need to flip anything, and I can't. Shoot, that was really stupid. Okay, so he would have to steal one of my states and secure California for high tech. I think that Arizona is more important at the moment than losing a New Hampshire because he still could pressure me in other states. He did not attack there. He's going to spend up in California, which is good for him. So now he's working on the Latino bonus. He actually did not take me anywhere, which is not surprising. He still needs to get a state plus. Okay, so how do I want to play this? He's not very likely to attack here. I think it's probably going to come from over here. Can I do this and get... And this is frustrating. I need to get my manufacturing bonus. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here. I'm going to leave Washington open because if he spends 200,000 here, that leaves him with not enough to take over in Washington. And if I can get my things here, and then if I can close off that. Let's just save that money for next time. No, he can. Let's see if he has 100 in swing states and he has 200 in California. That's 3. So you have 155. So I can come down a little bit, make sure I close that off. I'd also like to prevent him from getting Latino. So Illinois is going to be important pretty soon. But he really ought to be pressuring me in Michigan is where I'm kind of worried about. So like I was saying, he did close it out. Man, that was a good clutch move by us to find that extra money. So that gets us the manufacturing bonus. It gets he gets high tech. Did I miscount? I did. I did. Okay. So We are assuming he's going to fill out Pennsylvania. He'll probably come after a state like Michigan very soon. He does have a huge money advantage. I need to try to get oil as soon as possible. Okay, that'll help combat the high-tech bonus, but California at this point looks like to be a lost cause. It's going to be not a struggle for me to hold on to New York, but that's something he could definitely pressure me in. I really don't want to overcommit on any of the swing states because he has the swing state bonus. Although if I put some money in North Carolina, that might force him. Go and put a preemptive thing in Illinois to be contending there. And then, of course, some of these oil states. And then I might hang on for around here. And if he pressures me in a state like North Dakota, I can use my town and gown. But if not, I can use it in Iowa to combat one of his swing states. If he takes Washington, so be it. I expect him to spend up in a state like Pennsylvania just to make sure I don't overtake him, although he may have done the math and realized I can't do it. So let's see what he does. Illinois, clash. I expect Michigan very soon. He's playing offense. Okay, there's Michigan. There's North Carolina. So that's kind of a wash. He did close off Michigan, so he's not using all of his money. Now, again, that is a total of 43, 47, 58 total electors that have been claimed. So we're a little bit over half of the game. He has high tech all but sealed up with his ones that he has finished. Now the question is going to come, does he go into a state like Michigan and try to steal those 16 electoral votes? Or does he go in a state like Washington? It would cost me a lot of money to defend in a state like Michigan. He has 110. I have 80, plus a pretty substantial. So basically, I would forfeit my oil and gas for at least a round, whereas I could also take out some of these states over here. Although he has swing state money, he could do that instead of defending North Carolina. So this is really crunch time here. What do I decide to do? If I take away North Carolina, does that take away his swing state bonus? Although he probably will use it to defend. Or he'll take out these states. It's a tough call. I could go a couple of different ways here. My town and gown, I think I'm going to use some of it in Iowa. And okay, I'm close on Latino. He's still not really threatening an African American. So, man, what would you guys do here? Turn 10, comment below. What would you guys have done here? I think I'm going to make a attempt to get the oil bonus. Gonna hope he spends up in North Carolina and Michigan at the moment, unless I look at this and don't like it. Now, if I go 3 here, okay. This is scouty stuff here, folks. Can't do that. I'm short. Pressuring him there. I could possibly give up on Colorado and go a little bit more, just in case he doesn't defend swing states. I'm obviously not in a great position, allowing him to get that high-tech bonus. But if I can get... So he does attack in Colorado. He does take the whole thing, so we saved some money by not doing that. Pressuring me in some of these high-tech spots. That was an African-American help for him. He's going into agriculture. Okay, I go ahead and take Illinois. Okay, he defended North Carolina, which I assumed he would, but if he lets his guard down there just for a little bit. And he did not go into Michigan. So, I don't know exactly how much money he did spend. I did get the Latino bonus thanks to Illinois export. So I played it a little bit risque. Now he is in a lot of my states, so I have to be extra careful here. Now I am going to pressure him in. I think I'm going to do. I don't want him to get African American, and I've got the export and the oil, and I'm tempted to. He's going to attack. Where? It's a good question. Probably Michigan. I'm over by a little bit and a little bit. A lot and a little bit. Okay. So I'm probably going to lose export this turn. I don't mind going into Oregon. But I'd really like to prevent Obama from taking Illinois. And then I have all this money here that I probably should save for New York, but I'm going to spend it. How close are we on agriculture? Okay, he's getting closer. Old South. Okay, expect to lose Michigan this round. I might lose New Mexico. He did not spend in Illinois, so that was a waste, but I like to have it. Okay, I got to keep in mind that we're getting closer and closer to the end of the game as far as the number of ballots. So 36-42 just this round. He does take New Mexico. Okay, so looking at the ballot, 205. I did lose export. But we have 25, 31, 51, 67, 87, 90, 100. So we are over 100. So if all of the states are full, we will have a ballot. Where can he attack? He can attack me in some of the high-tech states. I did lose export. I have the advantages via the number of bonuses, and he has to attack me using in states like Connecticut and Washington. So I'm going to get this ready. So again, because we have 100 electoral votes sealed up, once every state has been entered, there will be a ballot. Some of these cheaper ones, I'm going to go 2 just in case he decides to go 1. I still have 100 left over. Are there any town and gown states I'm not in? No. No. Oil. Nope. So my bonuses are just going to be used to play defense. Make sure I'm not missing any states. Might throw a couple dollars into some of these states that are cheap. No one has the Old South bonus yet. So throw some money in there. Okay, he says, never mind, I'm good. So I probably should defend Louisiana, but I don't know. I don't think he'll take it. So just double checking to see all the different states. I'm not in Florida. That's okay. I'm not in California. He's not in Texas. Waiting on him to make that move. He spent 435. He's going to pressure me in some of my states. We did clash in Kansas, so there will not be a ballot, which is unfortunate for me. But we are going to be over the 270 threshold. He went ahead and took Washington, which figured was a high probability he would do that eventually. That might have given him the export bonus, although I did have Louisiana. Have to wait and see on that. Nope, not quite. Okay. So, sports fans, we are in dire possibility of a ballot. Where is he? Here, he's in these states. I expect him to take Connecticut this turn. I expect him to pressure me in a state like Ohio because of the manufacturing bonus. So what I could do is I'm going to use this to make sure we get in that state, because I would like a ballot as soon as possible. I'll use my Latino. Hopefully he doesn't go into New Jersey. He pressured me in a couple oil states. Pressured me in Alaska. Use my oil. Kind of a preemptive Oklahoma defense. Town and gown these two states in case he decides to spend 70 of his dollars there. Anywhere where I have one, especially some of these big ones there. Gonna leave Ohio alone. I think he's gonna come after me there. I need to flip a couple different states, but I also need to make sure we have a ballot. So I'm gonna go 3 there. I don't really want to clash in Wisconsin, but man, I need the money. We're going to do it this way. Just take the risk factor off the table. Now he is going to flip most likely. So if he flipped Ohio and that was it, I would win 270, but he is going to defend in some of these states. He's going to enter in a lot of the states that, there goes Connecticut. So he's going to enter, no, he didn't enter into Georgia. Okay, so that's one less big state I have to defend. He's going the small state route. Here comes Ohio. Yeah, I knew he'd come in Ohio. Okay, he did take Wisconsin. Okay, so we definitely have some work to do on this turn, but there should be a ballot. And what bonus did he just get? He's got agriculture. Okay, so which of those agriculture states is he in? So he's most likely going to spend his agriculture bonus in Kansas. So what I want to do here is just see. So 50, he's got a little bit of a, how much is that? Okay, so he probably just has the 50. So I expect him to use that. So I'm just going to block one there. Okay, so let's see. Town and gown. Where is he? Town and gown. Whoops, too much stuff going on here. Town and gown, he is nowhere except up here. So there's no reason not to use my town and gown bonus. My oil. I'm going to split my oil. Latino, I'm going to attack him using my Latino bonus. And then I obviously have to make him spin there, but I think he's going to take that from me. So I need to play a little bit of offense here. So he could also use his ag bonus here. But if he uses 40, he can go 12. I'm going to take that or that. Let's actually attack him here. Some states he's not likely to defend. How's that look? Can he come in Tennessee? He can. Okay, so I don't want to leave Tennessee exposed like that. Or, man. Okay, let's give up on Hawaii. Let's defend here. Just one. Make him spend more than the minimum, although I think he will. Let's prioritize this. And then how much money was... Okay. He's going to use a swing state bonus there, so I'm not going to go more than that, so I'm just going to take the extra money. Don't want to waste it, but I mean, it's basically the same thing. Okay, so I'm leaving South Carolina at 9. I don't think he'll get Kansas. I think he'll get 18. Good luck, Thomas. South Carolina might be an unnecessary risk, but let's see. Haha, predicted Kansas, right? I took Nevada. Knew he'd take Ohio. Haha, that little bit makes a difference. I tell you what. Covering my butt in Tennessee and Wyoming. So he did not go for South Carolina. It would not have mattered. He did get the export bonus. Heck of a game by Mr. Thomas. But John McCain does come out on top. 14 turns.